No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. I'm in here with my man Remo at 129. And today, we're digging a little bit deeper into the Chicago lore. My man Flame in the building.
It's that word, broski.
Hello with it.
How you feeling?
Shit, I'm feeling good. I ain't gonna lie, I love coming out here, bro. This shit be different. There's a lot of weird ass people out here though, like on the streets, but overall it's like, it's turned to me.
What, you getting antagonized by the homeless people or what?
Yeah, it was last night, bro. When I just got out here, the nigga walked up, he like, I'm a truck driver. Somebody, my friend left me. Can y'all take? I'm like, bro, hell no. I gave him $1 and everything. If you a truck driver, I can't get no Uber or nothing. Where your phones at? He steady trying to get in the car with us and shit. Then he walk up to another motherfucker. He like, I ain't gonna rob you. I'm like, yeah, your ass tweaking, bro. I was finna really whoop his ass.
Where are you staying?
Out here?
Yeah.
My people crib.
Oh, okay.
They my people from out here.
You're not like downtown or anything?
Nah,
you don't want to be
downtown.
Trenches. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the hood.
How often you come to California? Like, this not your first rodeo?
No, this ain't my first time out here. My music manager stay out here and shit, so I be coming out here and recording with her. She stay right there by it's like a big ass community of homeless people right there. Like,
oh yeah, downtown.
Downtown.
Oh, it's crazy. Skid Row, yeah. There's like 30,000 homeless people or something.
And I ain't never seen no shit like that. Like them, they be cooking out there. They got speakers, grills.
They got kids growing up.
Kids growing up out there. Yeah, they got a stove just for them to go in. That shit weird. I brought my kids with me when I went to her crib, but I couldn't. I usually walk around with them in an area like that when we ain't in Chicago. I ain't even walk their ass out there.
I don't want my kid having to see that shit. Yeah. On one hand, you want to be able to like expose them to everything, but downtown is so f***ed up that it's just, I don't know. I want to try to avoid that with my kids for sure.
It's weirdos too. Like, it ain't even just homeless people. It's people out there running around naked, making noises and shit. I went to Venice Beach too. And Santa Monica, all this shit be fun, but it's weird at the same time. Like, Santa Monica Beach was raw as hell at the daytime. At night, everybody started looking creepy as hell.
There's not big homeless encampments in Chicago?
No, it's more like, it's not homeless, it's more like drug addicts. Like, the drug addicts in Chicago got places to stay, but they be cracked out. You feel what I'm saying? And the homeless people out there, they really be getting moved off the street. Like, out here, I see when the street cleaners come, the homeless people are like trying to move their shit so they won't get their shit like cleaned up and shit. But they'll be right. Nobody bother them out here. In Chicago, you cannot be homeless out there. The police bother a homeless person.
Chicago, you also freeze to death half the year. Out here, it's a comfortable place to be homeless.
That's exactly why I just left 2 months ago, bro.
Oh, really?
Right before I got cold. I'm right in Arizona.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Right there. Went out there to Arizona, got a little crib and shit.
It seemed like the whole Chicago go to Arizona or Vegas.
Oh, Vegas, yep. I'm starting to see that.
Who started that trend? Who started the Arizona trend?
The Cali trend, I feel like Keith and them started that. Like, they was the first in California. They was the first niggas that made that shit look like moving out of town. Because at first, when they was still in Iraq, motherfuckers was like, I'm finna stay in Iraq. I got a point to prove and shit. But when them left, everybody was like, all right, I got a point to prove to leave now. So when you live out of town, not me though, I moved out of town for my own reasons. It get cold as hell. It ain't cause motherfuckers worried about no, you know what I'm saying? It's just,
I feel like Yella and Billionaire started the Vegas exodus, right?
Yeah, Yella and Billy definitely started the Vegas shit, cause Billy was in Vegas, Arizona for like a long ass time, even when Duck was still alive, you feel me? And that was when that's before they even got the little fan, not the little fan base they got out there. This when they was just out there, you feel me? They turned up out there now. They got a real name for themselves. When I go to Arizona, I swear to God, anything I want to get into, I call Billy. This the place to go to. It's turned out there. I ain't gonna lie, I never go to sleep.
Really?
24 hours turnings.
Why, you just partying?
If I ain't at the studio, we doing we doing productive shit now. I don't really like to just party too much no more. I like to do top golfing and shit and go play, do little virtual reality shit sometimes on bro. But I
wonder how much money the GDs have donated to those casinos, if we could quantify it.
I don't want to go to the casino. I don't gamble. I don't with that shit.
Because if I lose, I get mad. Money.
That's gonna piss me off. That's like that FanDuel shit too. I don't do none of that shit. I be seeing my cousin just be betting on it. He be betting all his money on that shit, and he be glassing every parlay but one, and be ready to beat everybody else.
Be mad over it.
I don't shoot dice, none of that shit.
So you feel like being in Arizona give you like a sense of freedom and shit because you can actually like move around and actually enjoy yourself?
Pass in here.
Yeah, but it's not even that because Arizona messy as hell too. Like Arizona, that's like moving from Chicago was like coming to Arizona is different because it's bigger and not that many people know you who you is. You feel me? Versus me going to a store. I go to a store in Arizona with no gun on me. Like it's sweet to me like that. I ain't underestimating it though because niggas do what they do everywhere. But hell yeah, it's better because it's more the attention off me. I don't really get that much attention unless it's from bitches. You feel me?
If you move to Arizona from Chicago, you basically are going to kind of have like a clean slate unless you go out of your way to start involving yourself with drug dealers and gang members and shit, which you don't really have to.
You don't have to.
You could
do
kind of
that.
mind your own business,
You don't
right?
have to do that. Like you could kick it at your own pace, do what you want. You could kick it with. You ain't got to go around the motherfuckers out there that's doing the shit you doing in Chicago. I be going around hanging with the people they consider goofies sometimes, like the motherfuckers who be party promoting and shit. I hang with them. They be around all the bitches. Like want to be around too much. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So, okay, let's do the history lesson all the way from the beginning. Where exactly are you from? Let's talk the childhood.
So I was born in Jackson, Mississippi. I moved to Chicago 2000. I ain't gonna lie, my Jackson, Mississippi life, I still go visit. I ain't gonna never forget where I was born. That shit still be turned. The women is natural, beautiful, the food is good, everything cooked. You ain't gotta go to a restaurant.
Well, he's a Mississippi boy.
Yeah, I know me and folks was talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit. But I moved to Chicago in 08. When I moved to Chicago in 08, I went to this, my mama from out west in Chicago. So I moved to this city, this little area called Leclerc Courts. It's like vice lords over there, GDs, foes and shit. It's like called ALC Leclerc Courts 44th and Leamington and shit. That was like, we only stayed over there for about, my mom and them been from over there, but we stayed over there for like, me staying over there for like a year. That was my childhood when I got my first kiss, all that type of shit. Then we moved to Eberhart, 64th Eberhart, and that's the block right next to St. Lawrence, King Drive, all that. We moved over there in 09, and that's when everything started to kick off. Like, that's when I turned up. That's who Flame became from there. Bro, I was Jalen before then. I was Flame when I moved over there to Eberhart.
So what came first, you being all in the streets or you being interested in the music shit?
It both happened at the same time. Like, I used to make fun of my uncles and them when they did music, but me making fun of them, my mom was like, that shit sound good. Like I'll bake them, like I'd be roasting them rapping though, like making fun of their ass and shit, but it was raw, it sounded raw type shit, but I was still, I was active in the streets before I was doing that music shit, because when we lived in Leclerc Close, my brother and them was in tour with Latin Kings and shit, like, they from Venom Park. We used to go over there and do bad shit like bust the Latin Kings mama windows out and shit, or go they crib up or catch them at a park fighting them and shit. So the gang banging shit was, because Mississippi that's where GD's origin from. You feel me? So that shit traveled from Mississippi to Chicago. Just so happenly that we moved on a block where it's GD's at too. You feel me? So everything just happened at the same time.
But there's like all kinds of different GD factions, right? Because there's motherfuckers who are super militant about it. And I even seen some like vlogs and shit with different GDs. Like that dude Tommy G did a vlog where he was some GDs. I forget what city it was, but they were saying that the GDs in Chicago aren't real GDs. And I'm guessing that the reason why they're saying that is because they're not as like militant or organized or whatever, right?
Yeah, because in Chicago, I don't know, back then, I feel like it was structured. It ain't no structure. Ain't nobody banging off GDs. They banging off blocks in Chicago. Chicago is a more block-based city. Like, it could be, you could be a GD from St. Lawrence and you could be a GD from it's GDs and O Block. It's GDs and it's BDs in my hood type shit, you feel me? They don't go off that shit at all. It's really not even supposed to be real. It's not even supposed to be tension or war between BDs and GDs at all, because we all under one. You feel me? But don't be doing literature and shit. No, I was brought up on, I got jumped in this shit as a shorty on my son, like. So I was brought up off literature and learning this shit for real and how to be respectful, you gotta clean up your community, all type of shit. So I'm young, but I'm looking at this shit like these tweaking. They would have got a violation. I was getting hit on my shit for being bad in school in 2010, 2011 from real GDs, you feel me? So Yeah, this shit ain't the same as it is down south or where other GDs originated from.
Cause you said you got jumped into it. You got jumped in down south, right? Because they don't really do that in Chicago.
Hell no, they be blessed because then could just say he's something now.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you could really wake up and be like, I'm BD. I'm GD. I'm Stone. I'm like, oh, he's, it ain't nobody doing their homework. Bro.
Interesting. But so, okay, like, who did you start connecting with that got you even into the position where we've started to find out about you? Like, what was your first entry into the game?
Well, I moved on Eberhard. K.I. was out there. Duck was out there. K.I. real twin. George, G.I. He was out there. It was a block party. So on the block party, I was running around with, like, Taekwon, and this Duck and them was like 16, 17 at the time. I'm like 10, 11. But I'm a mature 10, 11-year-old. Like, I'm out there with they ass every day. They wondering why the I'm steady trying to be out here being bad with them and shit, you feel me? But I was liking that shit. I felt like I had a little connection with them because they was young too, you feel me? And
What's
shit.
K.I. age difference? Because you said you was hanging around.
K.I. them was older than me
All right,
at the
for sure.
time. K.I. was like 16 at the time. Duck probably was like 17, 18. You feel
So
me?
you were closer to Taekwon's age.
I was closer to Taekwon's age, yeah. So but I was hanging with them, the older guys. Like, I never was with nobody my age, you feel me? So that just came about, them coming on Eberhard all the time, sitting on my mama. But what got us close and cool, young, all in my OG, had the porch. Everybody sat on her porch. Like, everybody on the block, that was like the block porch. They just, I don't know why they had, but my mom used to pour water down on their ass from her roof. My mama an old school parent. Like, she one of them parents from that was raised from people from down south. So her respect level be different. She want my to say yes ma'am, no ma'am type shit. You feel me? So she was really her. It was really her versus them type shit. So that's really what got us cool, because I started kicking it with them. Venzel, a lot of from Taekwon world, like, we all just start. You know how you just go to a school and you start getting cool motherfuckers, and y'all start. That's how it was. Like, it was just some block family shit. You feel me?
And so this was before Duck was rapping?
This was Duck been rapping
Oh, okay.
since he was on the low end. You feel
Because
me?
you said
But
he was like 16 at this time.
yeah, he was rapping then.
Oh, okay.
Bro. So it was just like he was turned, but he wasn't turned. Bro. Like, this when the E Days You Serious days and shit.
So
like,
that's what I was about to ask you. So
Yeah.
it was when you met him and when you was hanging out with him, was the diss songs already coming out?
the diss songs was just beginning when I came over.
So
there.
the E Days You Serious just
That
came.
shit came out like 4-5 months after I met them type shit. You feel me? This is before Tuka died, any of this shit. Tuka
Yeah.
wasn't even passed away yet. You know what I'm saying? And Tuka passed away in 2011. You feel me? So everything, they started getting a big ass buzz around them times, 2011, 2012, and, but they been doing this shit forever. So that's why I be feeling like people really don't be knowing, like, they be thinking Duck just had his little clout when he dropped that E-Day As You Should. No, that been rapping forever, like, with a fro, not with dreads.
That's interesting. Like, okay, so how did you have relationships with anybody from O-Block before the war, like, fully popped off there?
So growing up over there, I went to 2 schools. I went to Makash, Emmett Till, and then TYMB numbers in there. Then I went to Dulles on 630 King Drive. That shit connected right to O-Block. Like, that shit.
Behind it.
Yeah, so I went to school. I went there. I left Makash because they said it wasn't in my range to go to school, like, even though that shit was 2 blocks up, which was weird. But my mama brought me over there. My mama not knowing. Well, when I first went over there, the gang shit really wasn't popping for me. You feel what I'm saying? Foden was faking tour with them, but I could still go walk around and won't even know who I am type shit. So when I went there, that's when everything kicked off for me. I was in that bitch with Shoebox, Muwak, DQ. Who the else was in there? Cheeky's sister. Bro. It was damn near all they ass that's doing this shit right now. Look, Zell Munna, his brothers, all they ass was in there with me. Bro, we all went to school together. I was Zell was a little younger than me, so he was in like in the lower grade. But we all seen, we all was in school. I was in school with every last one of they ass, bro. Like, we was cool at first until started dying. Like, Venzel died. That was a big death for me. He was TW and shit, V Block, but he was young. You feel me? He was like, at that time he probably was like 13 when he passed away, type shit. And Twitter was popping at the time too. So when he died, I'm getting that. I'm dissing their ass while I'm going to their school. Bro, they starting to see that shit now. When they seen that shit, they start plotting to get down on me. Like, boy, it started going up. You thinking that shit started happening when niggas grown? No, that shit was happening when we was in 8th grade. Bro. But niggas was cool. We was all cool though. Like Shoebox and them was my homies in school. Bro.
Ain't Big Wani,
Big Wani,
that's your cousin.
that's my blood cousin, yeah. His fat ass. He a fat, messy motherfucker, bro.
But okay, so there's some people like Vaughn and shit who are like, who love that gangbanging shit, love like having animosity towards their ops and stuff. Were you ever like really into it, or did you like the way you talk about right now? It feels like you look back on it like it wasn't the best use of your time.
Hell no, we was into it. That shit was just fun. I liked that shit. I was in the school with them dissing them, bro. Like, it was getting to that. Now, when they started getting on my ass, I'm like, yeah, this shit getting real now. Like DQ, when they graduated, DQ was in a grade higher than me, and him and Muwap. But when they graduated, they used to come up to Dulles, bring everybody from 600 Tay-Town to the school, to an elementary school to get down on me, on my daddy. Like, J Hood too. Bro, this shit was cracking for real.
So you remember J Hood when he was still on his shit?
When he was
before he became a man of the Lord.
Before he did all that TD Jake shit, he was really gangbanging for real with they ass in the crowds. I don't know if they considered him a send-off man, but whatever they told him to do, he was doing it.
Really?
Yes.
Didn't you say that J Hood actually punched you in the face?
They surrounded my ass. I swear to God, it was the last day of school of my 8th grade year. I had my book bags, binders in my hand, all type of shit. I'm with my little sister and my big sister. Now, my big sister know what's going on. And so she threw me off with this shit though, cause I'm like, let's just go up the train tracks. We ain't gonna walk past King Drive. Cause we walk past King Drive, they ass gonna get down on me. Like, we into it for real. She underestimating that shit. She know, let's see what they gonna do on my son. When I walked up there, all I seen was 30 walking out of O Block. Matter of fact, they weren't even walking out of O Block. So it was a Walgreens at the time next to O Block, next to the school. They walked out that Walgreens about 20, 30 deep, surround my ass in a full circle. They ain't push my sister them, but they told my sister them like, get out the circle, like type shit. That I respected that. I'm for them. But they surrounded me, and he getting ain't you from STL? I'm from Eberhard. But shout out STL type shit. J Hood walk up, swing off me on my daddy. I know I'm like, they ain't finna roll me in this bitch. By the grace of God, I don't know what the stopped them or what. I don't know if something happened over there. They started running back towards that way type shit. But they was finna me up that day. That's why I did what people be saying I got down on J Hood like I was praying on the week and shit. No, I just wanted my lick back, bro.
And even though it was like 10 years later?
Even though it was 10 years later, I ain't do nothing harmful. I ain't do nothing what could have really been done to him. You feel what I'm saying? I walked in the gym, and I ain't snake him or shit. Bro, I walked in the gym. My cousin called me. He like, J Hood in here. I'm like, yeah, merchant. I'm like, I ain't even know J Hood was out there in Arizona. I thought his ass was still in Chicago or somewhere else. You feel me? So I, no hesitation, pulled up over there. He saw me. When he saw me, it's like, you know, when you see a motherfucker you don't want to see, he looked at me like, but he trying to he looking like, is that ain't him? Or am I tweaking? That was one of them phases. He went back the other way. And when he went back the other way, he asked them like, who got next? My cousin like, don't do shit yet until I make the last shot, because they was playing the game. Man, I'm not finna wait on no motherfucking last shot. I walked up on his ass, right in his face, hit him in his shit. And I didn't know he was gonna fall like that, because he kind of, you look at me, y'all done seen him in person.
He's a big guy.
That's a big ass. Yeah. So I wasn't expecting him to collapse like that on my son. So when he collapsed, because I was when I hit him, I was gonna keep swinging. When I hit him that first time, he fell hard as I'm like, damn. I'm just standing right there, just looking like, damn, he just, and all like, this big ass just fell. He get back up though. When he get back up, he ran up again. The only reason why I pulled the camera out, because I know he was going to deny this shit. You feel what I'm saying? And I tried to get the camera footage from the gym room, but the gym room told me the police had to come up there to get footage. Like, and I look like telling the police to get footage of me beating somebody's ass. That's stupid.
So you didn't film the beginning part? You just filmed
I didn't
after
film
that?
the beginning part because I was the one beating his ass. I was swinging on him, so I couldn't, you know. But I wanted it really was personal though. On or off camera, I would have did that. You feel what I'm saying? But he got on that bitch saying he got snaked and shit, and man, your ass ain't get snaked. And he didn't get jumped at all. Nobody touched him but me.
Was your cousin playing basketball with him before you?
Yeah, but one of my cousins knew who he was.
Yeah.
Quan didn't know who he was. He didn't really know who he was type shit, you feel? So when I'm doing it, Quan like he fake finna get into it with me. He like, bro, what the you coming up here swinging out my whatever? I'm like, boy, his ass is from O-Block.
Is the basketball league all fucked up now because J Hood knows that your cousin?
Yeah, they can't. I wouldn't even consider it backdoor because they weren't cool before that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So because J Hood said himself, he was like, my cousin was like, I know who you is, and they kept playing. Brian, they was on opposite teams too. But yeah, they did get banned from the. They didn't get banned right away, but they called and told them they couldn't come back up there. So I guess if he reported that shit or they just saw that shit and was like, but they called them and was like, y'all can't come to the gym no way. Y'all membership canceled.
So if you saw him again now, would it be like whatever?
Actually, he had DM'd me. We had DM'd each other and shit. And he was on some like, he told me to come fellowship with him or some shit at a church. And I put God first all the time, bro. And I believe in the God, but I'm not doing that shit, bro. Like I was talking to him like, yeah, we can. I'm just thinking about that shit. Like that shit ain't gonna do nothing for nothing. Like a lot of people out that's doing that peace shit with niggas that I feel like two niggas that don't make a difference is not gonna make a difference. Like,
I think it'd be a small start. Like
it's definitely a small start, but it's like you gotta reach out to motherfuckers that you really had beef with. Like the shit Young Boy did with Fredo Bang, they had that fuck. Even though he wasn't there, what the nigga name is, 3 of them was there. They sat with each other and took a picture with each other, nigga. Like them niggas really into it on some Duck and Dirk shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like that's how I want to see that shit. Like that'll make me feel like I'm gonna engage in that shit now. Cause right now I feel like that shit just for views with most people.
So you feel like people just saying push
For
the
most
peace
people.
just for.
I fuck with J Main I feel like he created that wave again. Cause Duck was trying to do that shit at first, but nobody was on that when Duck was trying to do that. So that's really why I don't give a fuck about that shit. Like I've been in my lane, staying in my lane, but I feel like a lot of niggas following after J Main. I really fuck with what J Main doing, bro. But I feel like a lot of niggas after him just doing anything so they can seem like they fucking ghost off power or some shit like.
But okay, we had J Main on here the other day, and we were talking about Tay Savage and how he says he's pushing peace and stuff, and then Remo brings up a song off his like recent tape, and it's like the song has all kinds of disses.
Tay Savage,
It's called Goofy.
You talking about with him and the Hard Knock dude, right? I listened to that. That's what I'm saying. I'm like.
And we called him and we were like, we thought you were pushing peace, and J Main kept telling him like, oh, I'm so let down by you, like you let me down with this song or whatever. And Tay's like, nah, but like certain people want it to be up, so it's gonna be up, and I'm gonna rap about it. And I'm like, I feel you, but like if you really want to push peace,
You gotta really stand on it.
you have to actually give up the short-term benefit and attention that you get from dissing your ops. You have to give all that up
bro.
in order to push something
You
bigger.
literally gotta do that. Like
And people on both sides are gonna have to do it at the same time,
bro.
and not just like low-level people. It's gonna have to be big fucking artists that if you actually want to get somewhere towards peace, because what Dirk does influences a fucking 1,000 different little kids in Chicago.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I gotta give him that. Like that man can make fans from everywhere just be thinking. I've been seeing motherfuckers with fake OTF chains on that ain't never grew up around none of that shit, and just be that shit can happen for real if motherfuckers really want to do that shit. And I feel like motherfuckers don't want to do that shit right now.
But did you see the pictures of Tay Savage and Rooga?
Is that a strong enough people coming together to push the peace, or how you feel about them?
On the low end tip, that is, but on some for real shit, and I ain't even trying to say this to like discredit him or nothing. Rooga and his hood ain't really, you know what I'm saying? They ain't behind that shit. MOB not behind that shit. You know what I'm saying? I done seen them they posted that shit on the internet, like saying JHE is a rap group. Then don't associate that shit with them because the Tay Savage shit, because Tay Savage was dissing Melly, and MOB them, they getting that, they Melly way, bro. So I don't know.
Ruga's his own man doing his own thing.
I feel like Rooga be on his mindset be in the right place sometimes, bro. He be having the right agenda. I just feel like he doing that shit I want to see a picture with him and Mimo. That would have made me be like, all right, this shit really getting good. You feel what I'm saying? Cause they got real history with each other. They got him and Tay Savage and Rooga ain't really got into it like that. It's cool because they is from different areas and it's defaulted beef, but that shit ain't no real. That picture, if it would have been him, Mimo, it could have been him, Mimo, him, motherfucking Booga, somebody like that, and I would have been like, yeah, they push a piece for real. They kicking it with each other. I see him and Mimo be talking and kicking and commenting on each other's posts, but I don't really know Tay Savage like that.
Tay Savage kind of a renegade in general.
I see
with a lot of people.
I see him like he be a cool dude and shit, but I really personally do not know him like to know that. Even if him and Rooga even had beef, I don't really think they did. You feel me?
Well, the cynical interpretation of it is that people always think that maybe Tay Savage and Dirk don't get along. So maybe it's an enemy of an enemy is my friend type thing.
Yeah, I be seeing that shit too with the Lils. I never knew they had anything to be into it about either.
BD's got mad secret politics that we don't know about.
They be having secret animosity too. And but that's
pretty good at not letting it out.
They're good at not letting that shit. They don't give a fuck about the world knowing what they got going on privately. That's what I fuck with that, bro. We be making motherfucker be making this GD shit look bad, man.
Because we tried to ask like BJ about Reese and Dirk and shit, and he just sit there staring at us like, nope, I'm not talking about it. You know, like,
bro,
they're good at that.
They good at not. That's some good. That's what the fuck you supposed to do when that's a real family. You feel me? Family go through shit, but niggas that be doing that shit, that's why I don't be fucking with a lot of niggas. If you go straight to the internet first and try to get some clout off that shit first, you ain't my homie for real. Your ass just an entertainer.
All right, so back to you being from, you said that, so you started hanging out with Duck and them more around when they were like 16?
Yeah.
How come you never really joined FBG at that time?
Because FBG was them. Like, that shit was already solidified. Like, and they already made that name, so FBG was like with GBE. If a motherfucker was saying they was FBG, it just that motherfuckers feel like that. And FBG was really for them taking off on some music shit. That really was the music shit. And I was young at the time, so I wasn't really on no music. I didn't know shit about dropping songs. I ain't know shit about. I was just seeing them do that shit and want to do that shit. You feel me? So the FBG, a lot of niggas that be saying they FBG is not FBG for real, bro. Like the FBG is. I say from Brick, Cash. It was Brick, Cash, Billionaire, Duck, Lil J, Young, Dutchy. Bro.
What about Famous Dex?
Famous Dex was claiming that shit because it was sounded good at the time. Folks wasn't really. He was out, he was kicking in fun. Folks was turned. He had clout like a motherfucker with the little Chicago clout, but he was just, that was that shit because Fonum had that rise at the time, and he wanted to hop on that bandwagon. He could have. He blew up about it. But you see, when he blew up, he be saying he never claimed FBG before. A lot of niggas be getting on and be acting like they never was like kicking it. Like that shit weird.
So do you not consider Butter to be a real FBG member?
Butter is FYB for real.
Really?
Butter was originated FYB member. Like you could look up his Facebook name, his old Facebook. That shit say FYB Butter.
Who started FYB?
Tutu, J-Mane. Tutu J-Mane, DJ, like Tutu J-Mane, DJ Monte them. Them was the FYB members I knew. Bro, like the nigga Trigger them. Trigger is the newest. I don't know. He turned FYB to a rap label. They really used to be FYB like fuck your bitch. They fucking niggas bitches.
That's a crazy concept for a gang.
They fucking niggas bitches. J-Mane been on his FYB shit. He carried that shit and he kept it. On phone, he could have let that shit die. He kept that shit going. But I understand you could bring new niggas in and shit, but the original members that I knew from FYB. And Kobe too, but he don't rap.
So during that time period when you're young and you're hanging out with Duck and all these guys, like, what is your mentality on what role you want to play in this? Are you just trying to kick it and get high and chill with the guys, or what's your mentality? This is before you were thinking about rapping.
It was really on some, I was liking how the block was. Like, I fell in love with that shit at a young age, because it as a kid, that shit was fun. Like, it was turned to me. I was really on date. I was little brother. You feel me? Little brother, badass little brother type shit. You feel me? So at that time, I'm just learning myself too as I'm evolving around them. So I'm out here young as hell, fucking bitches. I'm toting big ass guns bigger than me. I'm enjoying this shit. Like you see how they got little RT in them and King finesse. I look at them and I be like, nigga, I was 9 just like them. Like I was 9, 10, 11 exactly like them, bro. Like not understanding this shit but enjoying this shit. You feel me?
Yeah, Lil RT was sitting right there yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, but does he come off as authentic to you? You think he really on that? It's kind of weird to be on that when you're 9,
off as
right?
a kid. He give me like, cause I got a son, bro. My son be rap. My daughter be rapping. She be rapping that shit that she just rapping with. They just go off what they see. You feel me?
You stop her from saying certain things?
Yeah, hell yeah. I stop her from.
She's smoking on so and so. You like, hey, that
she
that
be
ain't
saying,
cool.
she be like, they done let the GDs in the dough. Or she'll sing. She called Duck her Uncle Duck. She be like, she'll sing dead bitches, and I turn it off like, don't do that, cause you will go in public or go to school. And then you gonna get in trouble. Or you don't need to be saying that shit. Just stop saying that shit. I tell her, don't say nothing you don't know how to spell. She ain't finna spell that whole song, all them words to that song, so she stopped doing it. But kids is easily influenced. She be on TikTok and be watching shit and she be repeating shit. And I be like, where the fuck you get that from? Finna get on her mama ass the whole time. It's just they easily influenced by this shit. Like
My kid's starting to sing along to a lot of songs, and now I'm just like waiting for her to say the N-word one day. Mm-hmm. And I'm just gonna have a weird talk.
it's coming.
It's gonna be a very weird talk. Because where do you start?
Cause they don't understand.
How do you explain why that word is not something she could say? All of a sudden, you got to start explaining racism. That's like a lot for a 3-year-old.
Hell yeah. All for you gotta get her a pass, man. She get an automatic pass. 3.
I'll just tell her that's not a good word to say for a little girl.
She get an automatic pass. See, my mom and my grandma, they Ireland.
Okay.
So we got a lot of white family members, bro.
So you can see both sides of things.
I can see both sides of things. Like I'm Nigerian and Ireland.
Okay.
But
I feel like a lot of like Chicago drill artists and shit probably have not really been around white people at all.
Bro, if you come to Chicago,
so they don't really understand their own fans to a certain extent because so many of the drill fans are just white kids, right?
And I feel like the word gets stretched, bro. The word is at first, okay, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you because it don't define who I am. Like they be over. I get it, I understand it, but I'm be like, it's like different nigga and nigger. Which one sound worse, GA or the ER? The ER sound terrible. It sounds disrespectful. You feel me?
But how many times in your life has a white person actually said that to you to try to hurt your feelings?
My grandma
Really?
called me that. In Mississippi, she stay in Mississippi right now.
You Mississippi?
Yeah, because I asked the same question to you.
My
too.
granddaddy was black.
For
My great granddaddy is black. This is why we got the Nigerian in us. My great granddaddy was a slave, bro, and my great grandma was the slave's owner's daughter. They got married for $1. She'll tell you this story herself. They ran away, got married for $1. So that's why all the mixed babies started coming in. They moved to Chicago. Chicago was like the free land and shit. Like people wasn't enslaved then.
Yep.
So they ran away, went to Chicago. That's why they migrated and had all these fucking kids. And my mom and them came about. My grandma came about. My great grandma's still alive to this day. But when she get mad, we don't do clean up or do nigga. You acting like a nigga. I was laughing at that shit because it's funny because it's my grandma, but you get that shit from your own family when it's mixed like that for me.
So you said like at first like the gangbanging and stuff was fun. Mm-hmm. When did it turn serious for you when you was like, I don't know, this shit's still fun?
When I got my ass shot.
What year was this?
2015. 2015. This is like.
So break down that day, like
I did high school. I was in school. I went to Dunbar and shit. I had did school and went on the block. I'm sitting on the block. I'm sitting on the porch, and a motherfucker pulled up. When a motherfucker pulled up, I'm thinking they looking for the person what crib I'm at. But the whole time, this niggas just lurking, they sliding, they looking for somebody. But I ain't know who he was, cause they had the window was like rolled down, but they said a name. They was asking for somebody. I'm like, who you look for? I came to the car door closer. When I came to the car door closer, they just started blowing for them. And by the grace of God, only one of them bitches hit me on my hip. But I walked home. I was on 64th and Eberhard. I lived on 53rd and Calumet. That's a decent amount of blocks walking home, just bleeding. And when I got to the crib, I like fake slightly passed out. My mom was like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I fell." She like, "Ain't no fucking way in hell you fell." She took me to the hospital and that bullet was still in me and shit. That shit.
Were you bleeding crazy?
I was bleeding bad as hell.
Why didn't you want to tell your mom you got shot?
Cause I wasn't hiding my lifestyle from my mama, but I ain't want to let my mama down. You feel what I'm saying? Like my mom, I hated school. School was so fucking boring to me, bro. But I love my mama so much. Me and my mama got a real good bond and connection. You feel me? So at that time, I'm running wild in the streets, but I ain't want to. My mama had like a cancerous tumor in her head and shit. So I'm like, me stressing my OG out to kill her type shit, you feel me? So I ain't even want to walk home. I was going to sit there and just either call the ambulance or just do whatever the fuck was going to happen because I didn't want to shock my mama like that. Like,
Yeah.
she was fucked. That shit had her pissed off for like a whole year straight.
Were they looking for you or were they just looking for anybody?
Had anybody stand on that block, they getting at if you out here, you from over here. Bro.
But at that time of you getting shot, did you even think there was a possibility
that they was on my ass?
That people was getting shot around you?
I ain't never think it was gonna happen to me. Bro. I was the nigga that thought I can have my cake and eat it too type shit. Like I could do whatever the fuck I want to do. I'm invincible. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. And that shit that they ass told me so.
Yeah, so but you walked up to the car thinking it was
I
all
walked
good.
up
You
to
probably knew the people in the car.
Yeah, I'm thinking this because back then, them used to take cars, steal cars. They could pull up at anything.
Yeah.
That could be one. You know, I was just at that point, and where we call in the turn, I was lacking. They called me lacking. Them. That shit was tough.
Was that the only time you've been shot, or?
I got shot this year.
Oh yeah, you
with
did
Lowski.
get.
Yeah.
And that's Lowski. That's Wooski's
That's
brother.
Wooski brother. Yeah.
So break that down, because R.I.P. to him. He died, or?
Yeah, he passed away. But shit, we was at a party. We was at like a little get together. There wasn't even no party for real. We
Where
was
was
at a
this?
get together. It was in Chicago. It was in the suburbs, in a
Okay.
nice ass area, neighborhood type shit.
So this is before you moved or?
Yeah, this is right before I moved. This is right. Matter of fact,
This was like 7 months
this
ago.
was after the J Hood situation, I think. This was after the J Hood situation. I went back to Chicago. When I went back to Chicago, that's when as soon as I get back to Chicago, I went to the pod. When I go to the pod, Lowski wasn't even there at first. So we all in that bitch. I'm chilling, there's hoes in there. We chilling. We just chilling in that bitch. So when he pull up, he wasn't even there for like 5 minutes, bro. When he pull up, we go downstairs and we smoking because the lady ain't want us smoking in her house upstairs, so she like go in the basement and smoke. It started getting deep as hell in there. So we downstairs smoking, I'm talking to him and shit. I was kicking it with him for the whole week. We been going to parties back to back, having fun, like we turned type shit. But we hear commotion and shit. When we hear the commotion, we hear motherfuckers getting into it. It sound like a glass broke. So now we running up there to see what's going on. As we running up there to see what's going on, it wasn't nothing but shots just ringing out. Them bitches coming from everywhere. So as them bitches coming from everywhere, he pushed me. When he pushed me, I put my hand in front of the motherfucking, in front of my face, because I didn't know where them bitches was coming from. That bitch just went right across my arm. But as I'm running, I ain't even know that he was laying. He was just laying right there. I thought he was just laying right there, so wasn't no bullets hit him. But when we turn around, he was just bleeding bad. Like that shit fucked my whole. That shit fucked my year up, bro. That shit was crazy as hell. Cause folks wasn't even. He really looked like he didn't even want to come outside. He was just looking like, I'm over this party and shit. Like the mode he usually be in, he wasn't in that mode that day. It's like he felt that shit, and that's what really fucked me up. The police tried to take me to the hospital. I told their ass I didn't want to go to the hospital.
It was really just a grazed the skin,
Yeah,
so you didn't need any
my
surgery?
skin. They stitched me.
Oh.
My shit was open bad, but it wasn't no like my hip. You feel me? So I'm like, you need to get medical attention. Fuck that shit. My homie just right here. Like I don't even know where I'm at to go to no hospital. Like you feel me?
Somebody was shooting inside the party, or
Man,
like
that bitch
outside?
was coming from. I ain't gonna lie. When that shit started happening, it got like. It was all type of smoke, the gunpowder smoke. That bitch, it was just smoky as hell in there. So glad it looked like a fucking action movie, nigga. The Mr. and Mrs. Smith when they shooting them and them bitches coming from everywhere and this shit flying, like it was literally like that. People running around. It was more than just me and him that got hit that day. Like it was people outside shot. next door neighbors. That shit was. I don't even know who the fuck and what the fuck, who the fuck and why the fuck.
You really never figured
bro.
out why it popped
Never.
off?
Still don't know to this day. Wow. Bro. Cause we was in there, it was a few odd niggas, you feel me? But the niggas that got into it, the shit didn't even have nothing to do with the people that our people. Like it was some outside shit that we was just in the midst of. You feel what I'm saying?
How often is that a thing where, cause like half the time, you know, the streets talk, like you'll find out like, all right, you could kind of somewhat know where it's coming from. How often is it where it's like, I don't know where that came from?
It was niggas trolling it. But I didn't see them personally. They like them there personally, but it was niggas on the internet trolling it, trying to. I don't know if they was like, cause the nigga that just passed away, they was posting him and shit on Lil Squid 8 page, and they was like he was the one trolling the situation with me and Lowski and shit, and he died, and they wanted me motherfucker to get on there and diss him and shit. I'm like, I didn't even know if his ass was telling the truth or not. He could have been chasing clout trying to get some attention, but. Yeah, that's when you don't know what be going on, like some shit that happened, like you don't know what's going. Like that's why a lot of people be putting narratives together. Like people be dying and nobody really know how they died. They just be like, man, he got backdoored or a bitch set him up. They kept saying the bitch who lived there called them over there and shit. That bitch ain't even know them. She ain't even know nobody that was in her crib. It was one bitch that we fucked with, and we all just slid over there on her on some kicking and shit, and that bitch just turned to a party.
So. Was that part of the reason why you wanted to leave Chicago?
Yeah, and because I don't be taking my kids to no parks in Chicago. I don't take their ass. No, we order shit. I don't take them to the mall. Nothing, because I know how that shit can get. You feel me? And I done came out in public so many times in Chicago. I just was in Iraq for a whole month last month, and me being out there. Shit just getting more treacherous. Like niggas starting to notice me from a mile away. Like I'm like, yeah, I'm finna get the fuck on before I end up having to fuck somebody up or somebody fuck me up, bro.
How close are you to Wooski?
That's my dog, man. That's folks be standing out the way. He be with his girl.
Was that Wooski's like blood brother?
Yeah,
same
that's his
mom
blood
and dad?
brother. Yep, that's his blood brother. He got another brother. All they ass look alike. If you looked at Lowski, you look at Lowski and then look at Woo. They ass look like twins. He just fatter than Wooski.
So what about Big Mike? Because that's like the
Big
older
Mike
brother.
is brother too. Yeah, you talking about the one from
O-Block?
O-Block.
Yeah, you know him?
He locked up and shit. Yeah, I know.
He about to
of
get
him.
out, right?
I know of him. Yeah, I seen he finna get out. They be fast. They be knowing motherfucker getting out. Got camera footages and shit. Yeah, I see he finna get out. I don't got really too much to say about him. I don't really know him. Like I've seen him like two or three times on the phone. I heard the little allegations and shit about him. I really don't know him though. Like I don't really got nothing, no history with him, like to say nothing, you know?
You think Whiskey's gonna kill me?
He
What? It's a fair question, right?
No,
What do you
man.
think about Adam 22 and the whole Wooski FBG?
I'm trying to
I
patch
don't
it up.
on some for real shit. I never even seen where it originated from. I just seen him always steady commenting on them motherfucker talking about Wooski vibes and shit. I'm like,
I
man,
almost
leave
made a
him
song
alone.
called Wooski
Don't
Vibes.
leave him alone,
The
man.
culture's fucked up because I knew.
You know who
dropped
gonna
that
fuck
shit.
you up?
Who?
His girlfriend.
No, exactly. She's the one.
She the one you gotta look out for. She crazy as hell.
Well, they're coming together.
And
to
she
do
don't
the
play
interview,
about him.
ideally. We're trying to get them
Wooski
together.
be cool. Wooski be cheat. He ain't. It's her. She's so crazy. She crazy. She don't play about his ass. She don't play about. I be
followed
texting
her,
him.
though.
It'd be her.
It'd be her, right?
She like his manager, booking manager, texting manager, kicking it manager, anything. Anywhere he go, she with him. Like he ain't going nowhere by himself.
I'm gonna blame Sean Conn for starting it because he's the one who told Cairo that he didn't have Wooski vibes, or he said that about Cairo. He said Cairo doesn't have Wooski vibes, and then that led to Cairo mentioning that on the podcast, and then I said I don't think you want to have Wooski vibes, and then Wooski got offended by that and DM me tripping, saying all kinds of shit about my girl, whatever. Might have been his
That
girl.
wasn't him. That wasn't him. You gotta be quicker than that.
Right. Might
that
have
was
been
her,
his
man.
girl running
Because
the
Wooski
account.
don't care. Like on some for real shit. Wooski, I would probably see that shit and laugh at it. I swear to God. Like he probably didn't even get no fuck. It was her. Like, y'all got my man fucked up. That's probably how she come. She get into it, everybody over that nigga. She don't play about him. That's who that was saying that.
You gotta respect it.
Yeah, you gotta
wish
respect.
my girl did
She
shit
go to
like
war
that.
about him.
My girl
think
just ignores all my beef. She hates it. She doesn't
Yeah,
want
man.
anything to do with it.
Yeah, Wooski girl's the opposite.
She want all the smoke.
I feel like she's helping him stay out the way though, right?
Stand out the way in a way. Stand out the way in a way.
Real
But
question.
Wooski could be so much bigger if he really get himself do what the fans ask him to do. Like that nigga could be just drop a song and say 2 words on it. Wooski got a real fan base too. Like he could really be young boy and them be fucking with him. Herm, they be really fucking with him. Like I just feel like he need to get back out here and push himself, man.
That's one of the craziest things ever that young boy said he was driving around bumping Wooski.
When I heard that shit, I was listening to that shit back to back. Damn.
That's fucking
He
hilarious.
really really bumping him. And folks supposed to carry that. He supposed to took that and ran with it. I would have took that shit and ran with it. Young boy done said your name.
He should have went out to Utah.
Hell yeah, to the grave digger mountain, man.
Actually, I think that the rule is that young boy can't have anybody with felonies come out there.
Oh,
so
damn.
that basically excludes like all his homies from
Everybody.
back in the day. And I assume Wooski probably too, right? I don't know.
But Herm be with him though. Herm ain't never got booked for shit.
I don't know.
He probably didn't. But he probably, folks, I done heard about the Herm, man.
I don't know.
So you wasn't a part of the original FBG. But you and Duck had a relationship.
Yeah, I wasn't part of FBG, but I'm part of the block. Like I'm it was EBT, STL, TW, Jarrell City. Everybody was turned together on phone them. Like FBG was the origin, and then it went down to us type shit. It went down and went down and went down. Like they had their FBG shit. We started out. We was from the block, but we started doing our wild less shit and you feel me, little shit like that from the hood type shit.
So when did Duck start taking a liking into like, all right, I'm gonna fuck with Flame?
On the music side,
Yeah. When did Duck start embracing you?
when I got a little older, when I turned like 16, he was like, "Yeah, folks, you ready?" Like he was hearing my music. He was like, "I ain't even know you was snap." Cause when you get older, you change, you evolve. On my son, so I was decent at first. I started getting raw. They started paying attention. They like Doug when he heard the first song he heard of me. When he seen that I was serious about this shit, he started playing that shit everywhere he went, every party, everywhere, telling motherfuckers he really locking in with me on the music side now, not on that gang shit. Now we on some businessman type shit. Like folks is really finna start the little BCI shit, get changed from Johnny Dang. He was finna really start some label shit, get on some real businessman shit. We was finna really take it. Me and Doug was finna act crazy together. Like we was finna act real crazy together, bro.
And BCR, that's Big Cloud Records.
Big
right?
Cloud Records, that's what he started. Sheena then started. One Trey then started. They carried it. He started that shit. He the one who thought about that shit. Like, I'm finna get some BCI chains. Them bitches gonna say Big Cloud Records. And whoever getting the chain gonna get their names on it. I'm phoning him. He told me out his own mouth, like, you gonna be the first artist that I'm gonna push and put out there.
And he had you before Mizu.
Yeah. It was all that. Mizu was there. Don't get me wrong. Mizu was there. Mizu wasn't rapping though.
Yeah.
When Doug was alive, Mizu wasn't. Mizu knew how to rap, but Mizu wasn't dropping shit until Big Cloud died. The first song Mizu dropped and recorded was our song we did, and that was that damn, I forgot the name of that shit. It was me, him, Fat A, and that nigga Money on phone now. But yeah, that's the first song Mizu ever did. But I was doing that shit before. This is the difference between me and a lot of niggas that on our end that's rapping. I was doing this shit at the same time as them. You feel what I'm saying? I was rapping, but singing at the same time as them. This shit was going on already. So they just started doing it. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I was the first runner up in that shit with him.
Did he started Big Cloud Records because he ain't like how the business was going with FBG?
Nah, it wasn't. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of that shit that motherfuckers was gassing up between him, Cash, and Young and them, they really wasn't. It really wasn't no fucking real tension with them, bro. Like, it was some little paperwork shit with they daddy and him type shit, but they all was still with each other behind closed doors, like with each other on and off land type shit. He wanted to start BCI because he didn't want to be he was the breadwinner, so he trying to give everybody else more and put everybody else in a position to make more revenue and money. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was seeing that I was serious about that shit, so I wasn't even there when he had the conversation about me with the BCI shit. It was him, my cousin KG, Day and his mama type shit. You feel me? And he like, I know me and Flame can make a lot of money together type shit. You feel me? So he really was just on some trying to build the label.
So if everything had worked out, BCR would have been his label, and FBG would have just been like the original crew.
And you talking about if Doug was still here?
Yeah,
Well, that shit would have
his
been.
vision.
We would have been upright. We would have been like this shit would have been. You got to think about it. Doug was evolving. His shit was rising, bro. Like, and we could say this before his death. Like, you know how a lot of people like nobody knew him until he died. No, that nigga was starting to snap. Like he was starting to come out his shell with being open to new shit music wise. Like that nigga, we was finna take off on that shit. It was gonna be like how Birdman got Cash Money and then Wayne got Young Money on phone them. He had the FBG shit. He was finna start the BCR shit and pass them torches on. Torches was just gonna get passed. It was gonna be passed on to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he was really trying to do this shit how like a lot of motherfuckers in the industry doing that shit now.
Y'all was pushing it, and it was like a movement. Like people was knowing.
I'm gonna keep
y'all.
it a buck. That BCI shit was getting pushed off emotions for Duck. A lot of people, man, I'm finna keep it real. A lot of people don't even know. A lot of motherfuckers didn't even really know each other for real and that shit. Like some of his family members, we just started meeting because they weren't in the hood with us. They weren't, you know what I'm saying? So, and when Duck died, everybody felt like they had to be with each other. Wasn't nobody real fucking friends, homies, cousins, none of that shit. So everybody trying to talk to somebody, bitch. Everybody trying to snake somebody out. Everybody getting into it and threatening each other because everybody was just trying to do that shit to keep Duck name alive, bro. Like everybody that Duck fucked with, they put together and tried to combine some shit without having the proper way to do it. Like they basically formed a gang in a way. Like no, not saying that that's what it was, but y'all ain't formed. That wasn't the way he was trying to project that shit. They didn't do that shit the right way, and we all were just in that bitch moving off emotions. Like, so when shit hit the fan, motherfucker get into it, motherfucker don't know how to keep shit offline. Motherfucker gonna go on live and get into it with each other, or say who knew Duck the most, or who Duck ain't fuck with before he died. Like all that shit was really goofy. Like.
Yeah, it's a shame when that happens, and it always happens like that because you're talking about people who are young and totally inexperienced in business.
Yeah.
And it would be totally different if there was like a 40 or 50-year-old in the room who really had that experience. Yeah. But it happens so often with young people.
Motherfucker ain't got no business managers. Motherfuckers ain't got no booking managers. Motherfucker trying to do all this shit like it's a real label, but ain't doing real label shit. What made me fall out with the shit with Sheena, and I love Sheena to death. She like a second mama to me. I swear to God, I love her to death. But what made me fall out with the shit is because that shit wasn't professional, bro. Like, she was doing interviews with different motherfuckers from y'all, Say Cheese, everybody. But I feel like when you do shit like that, like say for instance, I see Yo Gotti and YTB Fat. He took that nigga on $1 million worth of game. You feel me? They didn't know who he was. You feel me? But he brought him in there. And he like, that's my artist. You supposed to push your artist, bro. When I was with that shit, all the videos I was shooting, I paid for. All the studio time I got, I paid for. I invited them to come to the. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she was in the right place, but wasn't doing the right things in my eyes. So I'm like, I'm finna fall back off that shit. Like, and then it could be just like a disagreement with her cousins or something. And like, they gonna stick at the end of the day. Y'all family, y'all gonna rock out with each other. Y'all can treat me, act towards me any way y'all want to, or towards each other, but y'all can be back cool. Y'all are still being cool with me at the end. So I'm like, this shit just too unprofessional, bro. This like, it ain't. I know I got a little knowledge from like the business perspective. My granddaddy and them did blues. You feel what I'm saying? My mom and them was singing background with R. Kelly and shit. So it's like, on the music tip, I was over that shit. I'm like, y'all ass ain't doing that shit right. One Trey tried. I'm gonna give One Trey his props. He tried when we shot that video, but after that it started getting weird. Everybody started getting into it. Everybody started trying to fuck each other, bitch. Now niggas getting into it because somebody trying to fuck their baby mama. They cousins get it. That shit was it would have been good if motherfucker head was on right, but that shit.
Did you actually sign like paperwork?
Hell no, I didn't do that with BCI or JHE. None of that shit was paperwork. It was just word of mouth.
That was my next.
That's
question.
why a lot of people keep saying like people thought that a motherfucker done signed me for some type of $500 million deal, and no, bro, that shit was just. My love was for Duck and Brick, so I was trying to build that shit up with them, cause I felt like it was gonna be genuine, everybody was gonna be genuine, but they let personal shit get into the business perspective of life. Like, they don't know how to just keep it Like when you go home, whatever you got going on at home ain't happening over here right now. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever you got going on at home that you do privately, that shit ain't out. We not talking about that right now. They like to push that shit. And that's why I don't fuck with that pushing peace shit either, bro. Cause a lot of niggas pushing peace, but into it with they homies. Like, how is you pushing anything and you beefing with a motherfucker you supposed to love? Like, that shit weird. That's why I don't fuck with that shit. I feel like if we gonna do some music shit, let's do some music shit. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I feel like with the JHE shit, we dropped one song too. Nothing ever happened after that. It's like, I wasn't asking Rooga for no motherfucking handouts, no begging them, none of that shit. I'm like, nigga, let's just work. We record a song. We got some raw ass songs.
But so had Rooga been hitting you up while you were still with FBG? And what year did this switch take place?
What with the JHE shit?
Yeah.
That shit took place, I think, in 2022. Yeah.
I'm a Duck went live one day.
Yeah.
She was mad saying that Rooga was trying to steal her artist, which was you at the time. So that's why I thought you was signed to BCR.
No, it wasn't. No, this I'm finna explain it. So I had reached out to Sheena. This is why I be upset and I'll be feeling like I be holding too much in. I be letting motherfuckers say shit and do shit and say with my name and I don't say shit because I be trying to look like, man, that's folks OG or that's folks cousin. Like, I don't even want to have no conflict with them. But I called Sheena 2 days before that. You feel what I'm saying? Now, mind you, Sheena, not Sheena, her cousin, man, had some little issues with Rooga and them. They all cousins, but they getting into it. He all had some bitch ass niggas, it's some shit like that. So I wasn't even finna get down with the JHE shit on no Let Me Be JHE. We was all just kicking at me and Trav Trav, Devo, all of them was kicking it the most. Like, them was really my boys, you feel me? So I came to LA. This when Rooga was living in LA. I came to LA. I was chilling for like a weekend. I had a little nice ass room downtown. I was with a bitch, all type of shit. We was kicking it. I slid on them. When I slid on them, Sheena and them got, not Sheena, but Sheena, her son, all them got mad at the fact that I'm with Rooga and them type shit. You feel me? So I don't know what type of tension they had going on, but they was like, you kicking it with they ass, you weird as hell, what niggas was sending threats, all type of shit, like Rooga and them was OTF or something. Like, that shit was throwing me off. So I had reached out to Sheena telling her, like, I'm finna drop BCR for my name because this shit starting to get goofy. Like, this shit starting to, what the fuck I want to be down with some shit and y'all mad that I'm with y'all cousins. Like, that shit don't make sense. Like, what the fuck? Like, make it make sense. We all were just kicking it with each other when Doug was here. Like, so is this fake kicking it? Is this fake love? Like, you feel me? So I'm telling them, I'm explaining to them, like, man, this shit throwing me off. This shit getting weird. So Rooga, I feel like Rooga was fucking with me because on the music tip, but I feel like he did that shit. Like, come get down with us to prove a point to Sheena at the time, but they beef. You get what I'm saying?
So Rooga was already beefing with Mama Duck at
They
that time?
already was having issues going on.
Okay.
Like, sometimes they feel like folks ain't coming right, sending no bread or some shit. They was making it seem like he wasn't, which he was hitting Doug baby mama's hands. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Folks ain't had no problem with giving and helping. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like that shit was just so he could prove a point to her and be like, yeah, folks with us now. You feel what I'm saying? Because when I first get there, when I first started getting with this shit, he like, yeah, you come to the crib, I'm open the safe, give you $300K, post that bitch, put it in their phone. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not finna post no picture with no other man money and act like it's, you know what I'm saying? It's cool when I see motherfucker do that shit for attention, but I'm not like that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I want my shit to be authentic. I want to earn my shit. I want to get my, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like after a while, after that shit died down, he just stopped. He just stopped giving a fuck with the shit. Like, he be like, all right, we finna shoot this shit, and this gonna be that. We ain't never start shooting. I started getting bored with that shit too, bro. Like,
talking about Rooga.
Yeah, with the JG shit, and it wasn't never supposed to get to no internet. But they went to the internet with that shit first. You feel what I'm saying?
Because it's different stories of what
yeah, because Trav got booked. When Trav got booked, this is what pissed me off when he said this shit to 16 shot him. He say, Flamee called his baby mama. He called his baby mama Deja and said, Trav booked. They got pictures of him, me. He's saying that I said that Trav, they got pictures, they showing pictures to Trav of me, my kids, and on some me trying to make it seem like Trav on some snitching shit or something. You feel what I'm saying? Which was the narrative was not that was not it. You feel me? What I told her was, folks booked they damn near, if they got pictures of him or just, they ain't no telling what else they got of that shit. You know, my name is a part of some shit that his name is a part of. I ain't saying that he snitched. That's not saying he snitched. The feds be having real pictures of people and knowing too much shit. You feel me? Because look at the shit like Swipe telling, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what my head was at with the shit. You feel me? So when he called me and texted me about the shit, I'm like, bro, what the fuck I look like saying Trav? Because I was just with them. When I left, Trav got booked right after I got on the plane to Chicago. Because I got on the plane to Chicago because I had to spend time with my kids, you feel me? So when we arguing about the shit, he called me back. This nigga sent me a picture from a text now number saying that some shit about his son, my daughter was smarter than his son. It was supposed to be me texting it. I said, what the fuck I look like texting? My baby mama on the Text Now app, and she got my number to say that, my daughter smarter than your son. He just took that shit and ran with it. He ain't holler at me. He ain't, you feel me, call off. That's what I don't like about what Rooga be doing, bro. Like, he'll be so humble and cool. Then when some shit, he feel like some shit ain't what it is, he take that shit and run with it and he do the utmost about it. Or he try to make it seem like he just so right about the shit. That's what I didn't like. I'm like, nigga, you wrong, nigga. I didn't say shit about your son, but all right, cool. If it's that, it's that. Now, cool, we left it alone. Devo make a post and say, to whom this may concern, Flame no longer JHE. I'm like, oh, so niggas want to take it to the internet. All right, we gonna take it to the internet. I ain't JHE no more from my block. That's it. Bro. Then niggas start doing like weird ass subliminal disses on the internet. Then they start making songs like they dropped a song and they say JHE the game, re-drop dude ass from Milwaukee or some shit he said. And I'm like, nah, niggas trying to make this shit like rap beef. Like, we into it now. Like, why is you making it seem like we into it to where it's smoke now? Now that's what's throwing me off. They sneak dissing the bitches, telling bitches don't fuck with me out. The bitches coming back to me saying it, who's saying it, they names and everything, bro. That shit threw me off, you feel me? And I was holding, niggas was asking me in interviews about this shit. I'm holding that shit back. I'm still speaking highly of niggas. Niggas still sneak dissing, you feel me? Then Devo got into it with Billy cousin and shit. And Devo got to saying fuck Jerk. That's being that brother. That's one of the guys from the hood. So I'm like, you said fuck Jerk? He said, yeah, I said it because his cousin said, I'm like, bro, you just, y'all that shit, all that shit just weird to me. I keep my dishes from niggas. Them niggas, that's why I don't honor that push peace shit. You niggas trying to push peace, but got beef amongst the motherfuckers you fuck with.
Do you think that Rooga actually had anything against you, or do you think that he just basically kind of wanted an out on the responsibility of helping you with your music career, so he took this, like, or do you think that
Rooga ass is and on some for real shit, his ass is he be in his feelings, bro. So it's like, if somebody say some shit like that to him, he gonna take that shit and run with it. He gonna niggas, like, say for instance, a motherfucker calling me, be like, yeah, for Flame said he gonna snake you when he see you. He'll be like, if we was cool at that moment, he'd call me and you said you gonna snake me, bro. You weird as hell. Like, he'll take it and run with it, and then he'll try to do some shit like, I was on three-way when you said it, bro, so you might as well tell the truth. Like, trying to make a motherfucker say they did. Like, he one of them type of people, bro, you feel me? So it's like, he just took that shit and ran with it, and at that point, I wasn't trying to prove myself to no grown-ass man. I'm like, if that's what it is, that's what it is, bro. You feel me? Like, I don't want nobody to think because of 3 letters in front of my name that make me who I am. I had a name before that shit. You feel what I'm saying? I've been making music before half of they ass, bro. And I ain't like the way Fat A and a lot of they ass was dissing me, and I done wrote nigga songs. You feel what I'm saying?
Word. Whose song you wrote?
I wrote half of Fat A whole career, bro, on my daddy. Off the love though, like off the rip, like when we made that first song he was on, I helped him with that shit, wrote that shit, like 4, 5 other songs. He'll send me the beats, be like, write something for me, let me see if I can catch it, you know. But I don't be doing like trying to put that out there and try to like bash niggas, but niggas be playing on my name, bro, and that shit, and it be like the audacity.
Do you feel like people look at you like you might be toxic because you've had multiple different crew affiliations that didn't work out? Like, are you conscious of that?
Are you talking about the world?
Just like, I don't know, the fans or whatever, do you ever feel like they look at you like you might be weird because you've sort of had multiple letters before your name, and most people like, don't really have
I blame myself for that shit. If they feel like that shit, I feel like that too, because it's like I'm steady opening myself to this shit, like trying to lock in with some shit, and it's getting off the strength of this because I'm seeing what Duck wanted to do in this shit with this shit. So it's like Rooga is a nigga Duck put in a position. Sheena is Duck mama. So these two motherfuckers I'm a fuck with regardless. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I be blaming myself for that shit too. My mama, my manager, everybody tell me like they told me don't even put that shit don't put that shit in front of your name because that shit ain't gonna be forever. Just be Flame. No, I know that. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'll be putting my all into shit so fast with motherfuckers without understanding what could end. Like I be feeling like motherfuckers' interest be my interest. You feel me? And it don't. But I don't feel like that shit got me in a no hold or nothing or in no bad space. Like I could still elevate. You feel me?
How close was your friendship with Mizu? BCR.
Mizu was my fucking dog. If Mizu was still alive, if Mizu was still alive with BCR, we would have been turned still too, cause Mizu ain't get no fuck. Like Mizu was dissing niggas, calling niggas bitches. He was turned like he was an entertainer, but he was really I ain't saying he wasn't standing on his business, but he was an entertainer with the internet. He knew how to get his attention towards himself.
Yeah,
bro.
he had crazy wild interviews.
That nigga had crazy wild interviews. His lives would go up. He locked in with a lot. He put a lot of niggas in position too. Like he was fucking with Mac Baby. He did a song with Mac Baby and shit. That shit blew up. I think that bitch got 1 million views.
All right, but so he dropped a song dissing 051, and then he died that same day.
You talking about that Dawa song?
The Dawa song. He dropped that song, and then he was killed.
But I don't like when niggas be doing like they be saying like he dropped a diss, then he died after. Like people, we live in a real world where we really be out here doing shit, being around shit that's dangerous, risking our life to have fun or risking our life to be outside type shit. Like I remember when he dropped that song, where he went, I was supposed to go with him.
The hotel party.
Yeah, but I ain't want to go to that shit. Bro, I think Brick Youngston, it was Brick Youngston hotel party or some shit. And I was at my OG crib. It was my sister's birthday when they called me and they told me Mizu got shot and shit. His sister called me. Now, his sister calling me telling me like, everybody that's there that told him he got shot, they hanging up the phone on her and shit. Like, see what's going on with my brother. Me and Mizu was tight as fuck, bro. So when he passed away, that shit was like that. When he passed away, I'm like BCI over with.
But then the JHE Trav dude get booked for the murder weapon.
He got booked, yeah, for the little. It just said when I looked it up, it just said he got booked for a UUW, the unlawful use of fire, one of the weapons that was that type shit. But that's another reason why motherfuckers was being weird and shady. Because his sister called me. When his sister called me, she already knew what was going on. I didn't even know Trav was booked. She like, why y'all ain't tell me he was locked up? She was trying to make it seem like he got booked for the shit with, like, for Mizu's passing. And I'm like, this shit finna get real, bro. Like, that shit finna make anybody like JHE look like
a backdoor
ass, a bunch of backdoor ass motherfuckers. Just like with Rooga, and when Rooga shot that video with Kiddo, my homies, my niggas from my hood, they don't fuck with them. You feel what I'm saying? So they still thinking I'm under the JHE shit. This shit caused confusion with me and my homies. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it be too much attached with some of that shit. Like, all publicity to me ain't good publicity, bro. You feel me? And I love Trav to death, bro. That's a real nigga, but that situation just, I just don't want nothing to do with that shit. Like, that shit look wacky.
It made you not trust people either. Like,
it just made me want to fall back. Like, I'm cool then. Motherfuckers started getting into it. We got into it. Fonz on them about that money shit.
Yeah,
motherfucker was talking about the chains.
Because 6700 Fonzo said that you the one who actually stole from Rooga.
I seen that, and he ain't say that. You talking about with the 16 shot him? Or DJU?
That's how it was
DJU asked a clout chaser for that shit. And I know DJU personally, and that shit weird as that's a goofy for that, cause you chasing that shit, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Because on the interview, I watched the interview because people were sending me that shit like, Fonzo said you stole. I'm like, he couldn't have said that, folks. You feel what I'm saying? Because he know he was right. You feel me? He didn't say that shit.
But how is your name even getting mixed up in the you stealing from Rooga? Like, where's
so
the story?
we was in Memphis at Big Boogie. Big Boogie had 2 shows. Big Boogie fucked with us hard. He fucked with Rooga hard too. And they Big Boogie them got GDs all throughout with them on phone them like his cousin, his Big Boogie and his cousin, bro. So we went to Memphis. We drove to Memphis. Rooga called everybody. He like, pack you a bag. We gonna go to Memphis. We finna stay in that bitch for 2 days. We gonna go to Arkansas, then Memphis type shit. I pull up to the crib. Everybody that Fonzo just pulled up, we get there. We drive. We having a good ass time on our way there. We get to the Airbnb in Memphis. Arkansas success. After the show, we had Boogie and them came. It was bitches. They had a car full of bitches in the Sprinter. All type of shit. We was having fun. That day, when we was in Arkansas at the Airbnb, Fonzo told him like, I'm gonna have my people send $1,500 to you. Just give it to me in cash type shit. Rooga like, all right, when we get out the car, I got you. So when he got out the car, he gave Fonzo $1,500. Bro. We went to Walmart and shit so he can get some little shit. Now mind you, Rooga gave me $500. Bro. When he gave me Fonzo had went to Walmart and got some shit. He got some shit like for his drawers and shit. And I ain't gonna lie, folks got me some too, bro. Even though I was finna pay for the shit myself, you feel me? But folks looked out, and I appreciate it. That shit was mutual. We was back and forth with that shit, you feel me? Yeah. Like folks, I ain't gonna make it seem like folks was like, no, like odd or weird or nothing. Folks, Fonzo cool as hell. Fonzo was really out there thugging with us type shit. So Rooga gave me the $500 and shit. Now we get to motherfucking Memphis. Now when we get to Memphis, Rooga went to get his hair cut with Trey. He went to Big Boogie Barber and shit. So it's Fat A and it's Fonzo in that room. I'm in the room by myself on phone. I'm in the room by myself. I'm in the room on the phone. I'm done that waiting on the phone to get back so we get outside type shit. We gonna go to Big Boogie Hood. I don't know what they doing in that room, but we go to Big Boogie show. Fat Boy pulled me to the side. He like, don't say nothing. I'm like, what the fuck going on? Hey, Rooga money missing. I'm like, who, what, how much money, man? Who, when the fuck his money get up missing? How the fuck am I? You feel me? He like, man, it was in his bag. He counted his bag. He had $9,000 or some shit, $1,000 missing, $1,500 missing. I'm like, well, he gave Fonzo $1,500 and he gave me $500. So that could be that. He counted that afterwards. I'm like, all right. So nobody said shit else after that shit. Fat Boy kept getting that, man. I know it ain't you because at the end of the day, I was new to that JHE shit, so they probably would have thought I stole the shit too. You feel me? So I'm like, man, if a motherfucker, you could check me out. You feel me? I ain't no fucking thief. I'm for them, and I ain't come here for that. We having fun. You feel me? Like fuck, I'm finna put my all into. So we get to the Airbnb and leave. Now we leaving. Trav and Rooga get into it because Trav wanted some drink. Now Rooga and Devo get on the plane to go back to LA. We got to drive back to Chicago. They arguing. Trav like, yo bitch ass don't want to say nothing about the motherfucker, your money missing. Why you ain't saying nothing about your money being missing? It get quiet as hell on phone them. Trav like, and this what Trav said when Fonzo got out the car. Trav said he asked me that because he didn't want Fonzo to feel left out or whatever. He asked me did I take it. I'm well, what? Don't ask me that shit. You feel me? That shit kind of blew me. Yeah. Fonzo was saying they was all getting on my ass. They wasn't getting on my ass at all. Trav only asked a question, and I answered it. You feel what I'm saying? So Fonzo getting that. If motherfucker stole from me, if a motherfucker stole from me, they might as well backdoor me. Let's pull the car over and check the trunks and shit. Rooga like, nah, we ain't got to do that. I don't want to fuck the vibe up. But your money missing. You feel what I'm saying? Nigga, if your money, I don't give no fuck what vibe it is. If motherfuckers stealing from me, they ain't vibing with me. You feel me? Check that shit. I was chilling. I'm in the back. Check that shit. Bro. So he left that shit alone. We dropped Fonzo off. They dropped me off. Rooga called me the next day in the group chat. Like he text Fonzo and said he had a camera in the room. Fonzo said he put the bag on, but he put it down because it ain't go with his fit. And he was saying Fonzo ain't say that when he was in the car. So that make him, he knew he took it type shit. But I don't know. I don't know if that money was missing for real. I don't know. Because I ain't never even seen that bag, the money, you know what I'm saying? It was just him and Fat A in that room.
So that's how your name pretty much got.
Yeah, because I was in the house.
Okay. And so did you guys ever like really settle that or what is his opinion on
what the money shit? Rooga told the motherfucker out his own mouth I ain't take that money. Bro, because a nigga tried to make a blog or a YouTube video of saying I got out of JHE because I stole 50K or 100K or some shit, and he commented on like Flamee ain't steal shit. Like that ain't the reason why none of this shit going on between us. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really see my name too much on that shit until Fonzo just got out of jail. Like ain't nobody really say I took shit. You feel me? My name wasn't really in that with they ass. But I don't take from people I love or I got love for.
I got a few more questions. All right, so there's a viral video, and King Von actually used it for his music video of Lil P.
Yeah,
Who's Lil P to you?
Lil P, that's my boy. He just got out of jail too.
Yeah, we gotta get Lil P up
Yeah,
here.
he just got out of jail, bro. He just got out of jail like 2-3 days ago, bro. He was just talking about y'all last two on phone. I was telling him I was on my way up there. He like,
Yeah, Lil P tap in, man. We gotta
Lil
get him.
P
All right,
ass
so
out.
in the video, basically they asked Lil P about like what's going on in Chicago, because this is right after Can't Get Right got killed, right?
yeah.
And then in the video, it looked like Lil P admitted that King Von had something to do with
Chasing that shit.
Can't Get Right got killed. You know what I'm saying?
That's my boy, but he was chasing that shit.
But you was in the video behind him.
I was behind him.
So it went viral. Everybody like, what the fuck
like,
these niggas
yeah.
snitching? And then you didn't say anything, but you being in the video,
It just made me guilty by association.
so it kind of looked kind of a little crazy and stuff.
And Von putting that shit on you on his video just overly just made it even more crazy. I'm like, fuck. Even though I ain't saying shit, I'm in there. I'm like, damn, bro. But his ass was doing that. And Lil P could tell y'all this himself, bro. He could tell you that y'all this himself. He said that shit and just said that shit on some you know what Butter be doing? Just be saying any fucking thing. That's exactly what
Have
the fuck
you
Lil
seen
P
the clip
said.
before?
Lil P said anything.
Yeah, I know what
I
you're
know
talking
who
about,
did
yeah.
it. That he says that
Fuck
said
it,
anything.
I'ma say his name.
Cause that ain't you know, that shit ain't happened, bro. So he was chasing that shit. He just trying to get I don't know if he was clickbaiting, trying to get some views or something. But I told he knew that shit when he got out of jail, that shit wasn't gonna age well, especially how they be doing shit now.
Yeah.
Like that shit just resurfaced all over again.
Because the other day, Butta had an interview clip where before he was saying he stole from us, but now he's saying that I had a deal with King Von that I couldn't interview any GDs. That I got to interview him if I agreed not to interview any GDs. And this is totally made up, and I don't know who the fuck could have possibly told him that. So now I'm starting to realize, like, oh, Butta just gets on camera and says whatever. Like, he is not tethered to reality at all.
I swear to God, I be like, folks need to go to sign up for WWE. My son, he'll be a real good entertainer.
And even like he put out a
That's
song
my cousin. I
called-
listen to Doe.
Yeah, I know. He put out a song called Fuck Adam 22 where he's saying that he's got my address and
Merch
he
it.
can get me killed.
He dropped the song called "Fuck Adam 22."
Yes.
It's out right now.
And then like 2 days later, we're sitting here with FYBJ Maine and I'm like, yo, like, or he ends up calling him and Butta's just laughing and like, oh, what up, Adam? Like he's not mad at all. Like, so he's doing all this shit. It's wrestling.
Yeah. Cause I when he was supposed to come to you, he told me he was like, I'm finna go to No Jump, you finna come to Cali with me, when you going type shit. But when he said he got when he said that, I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you got down on Adam 22, bro? What are you talking about, bro? How did you get down on Adam 22, bro? How did you? I'm thinking he just gangster, just that shit took, nigga.
We're
I'm
starting
like,
to realize
what?
that he maybe did get $3,000, but he got it out of this person's PayPal account. Not
JPay.
that JPay nigga.
Because we didn't lose $3,000, but apparently this guy got his account scammed. Which is
Shout out
that's its own
JPay Beats,
thing.
man.
JPay, yeah, shout out JPay. He be.
Are you on
behind-
phone?
I fuck with folks. He dropped a lot of my music when I didn't know how to drop shit. Bro, he cool as hell. That man he be behind a lot of shit behind closed doors that motherfuckers don't know about.
So what's your relationship with Butta like now at this point?
I love him, but I love him offline though. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I tell him that to his face. Like, the attention you get of what you be on, and that ain't the boat I'm trying to float in for. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I ain't on some for real shit, and it's just me being real and me being me. I ain't got no snitch shit on my name. I ain't got no gay shit on my name. No bitch shit on my name. No nigga did nothing to me. I don't wanna. That Lil P shit was the first scare, bro. Like, nah, bro, I don't want that attention to where motherfuckers see you, they don't like. Butta grew a fan base to where it's like a loyal fan base, but the fan base don't like him. He would be the person nobody like on WWE. You know what I'm saying? If that's what he was doing, like he'll be the motherfucking Kane and shit. And even though he, you know, like folks, I don't.
Fuck with butter.
I kick it with him. I be kicking it with him offline. I don't do no gangster shit with him. None of that shit.
For the record, his diss song about me has 25,000 views in 7 days, which makes me feel kind of bad for him. But yeah, he
25,000 in 7 days.
But he is so fucking funny and entertaining that I can't help but have love for him, even though I never even met him. Just because, like, watching his interviews and stuff, I think he's so fucking funny and so charming and so cool. But then he also seems like he's out of his fucking mind.
How do it feel having people diss you in the song?
I don't give a shit.
Because somebody else dissed you too. Or was that just like a parody, or like just to get some attention? What the fuck is his name?
Who?
Famous Richard.
Oh, I never actually listened to that one.
I didn't. That's crazy that I saw one time we was at an event. Like Sheena used to go to this event and shit. This is when my cousin KG passed away at and shit. I seen him there. But you know when you see a motherfucker, you be like, I can't remember where the fuck I seen this nigga from. I noticed him when I went back to the crib, got on Instagram. The nigga was on the song with O Block and shit. Some niggas from O Block. I think I got the DM still. I'm like, nigga, when you just on? I'm like, I should have hit you in your shit. I swear to God. I'm finna see if that shit's still up there.
So this is like recently, like when he's already kind of internet famous?
Yeah. He was already, he wasn't even famous then. He was going viral for fucking with that white girl. It's like a little white girl. She looked like a little crackhead. And he was saying that was his sugar mama and shit. He used to go viral for doing that shit. Nigga used to wear diapers and shit. I used to clown his ass on the internet. He used to wear real diapers with Timberland boots and shit, just trying to get attention. I don't even know where he from.
Diapers crazy.
So Lil P is Can't Get Right is like blood brother?
No, they not blood, but Lil P and Lucky is brothers.
All right, that's another question I had. Like, so, cause where's Lucky at nowadays?
Lucky, he out here living. He just be to his fucking self. He don't be fucking with nobody. He say he came out too much shit going on. He like everybody into it.
Yeah.
I don't know who to kick it with type shit. I be checking on him though. Folks thorough. He just be.
Where you from?
He from St. Lawrence.
He from St. Lawrence.
Yeah,
Right,
they crib was the crib. Me, Duck, all of them was in the basement.
Cause Lucky and Can't Get Right was like Duck, little two homies that
was with him every day.
Always in the Zach TV.
When you see half of them interviews, that interview that went viral when Duck was like, I know if something happened to me, my boy's coming.
Yeah.
That was Lucky crib.
With the motorbikes.
Yeah, that was Lucky house. Bro, when he shot that video with Danye and Reggie Baby and was in there, I was in that. That was Lucky crib. Like, Brick dad in front of Lucky crib. Bro.
How's it feel seeing Trench's News being this informant, taking the stand in this mask?
That shit's scary, bro, because that nigga know too. That nigga weird. Like, he did a blog about me one time and lied and said that I was at his hotel and I dropped a gun at his hotel and I got him put out at the hotel. If the police see me drop a gun in the hotel, why would they put you out and not lock me up? His ass be saying anything sometimes, but he be like telling two truths and a lie. That shit crazy though. 25,000 and now everybody know that shit. Then he's like tell the truth. He said that shit in the interview like, yeah, fuck him. I did that.
I mean, Remo was pressing him hella hard, trying to get him to admit to it, and he wouldn't really like deny it. He was kind of wishy-washy on it, but he didn't fully deny it. I think it was a 16-shot
visuals interview. He was like, they said you told. He said basically he like, yeah, what they gonna do about it? They in jail now. Fuck them. Damn.
He went Charleston White on him. I ain't see that clip, but I definitely when we interviewed him.
Has he been saying shit after this came out?
He's been doing lives and shit, right? But I don't know what he's saying. Like,
he's not really.
I'm not watching a 3-hour
shit.
live.
Yeah. I hope he moved somewhere.
He's very good at like talking about nothing to kind of distract you and like trying to answer the question and you get like a half-hour answer where you don't really answer the question.
He get to saying some extra other shit and shit, pulling his mask down and shit. I didn't even know that's who that was. I didn't even know that he was behind that shit. Cause that nigga come around us and then I'd be showing him the video of him, but he acting like he new to the shit too. Like he was going incognito at first, and the person who knew who he was with the voice was Young. Young called that out because he started doing shit on Young and them. I think he was talking shit about Young and them, sneak dissing them, but they knew it was him because the shit he was saying was like some of that shit was like, nigga, that's tell as telling. That shit crazy.
But like, I don't know, like, do you think that he's just gonna have to vanish from Chicago life as a result of that? He's not really gonna be able to be around, or
he definitely can't come around. Anyone, it don't matter if don't nobody like each other, he can't come around. No group that ain't nobody fucking with him off that shit. Cause that's bad. You done got paid by them people, and you really told they really paid you that shit. Like, No, his ass ain't good nowhere. I hope he went and left somewhere and got that little money and started over in like Wisconsin or something, go to Minnesota, because they gonna notice him in Chicago. His voice is he got a distinctive voice to where people be like, that's that Trenches News nigga, get him.
And if you see him with the mask on, it's like, that's even more obvious.
Yeah, you could see him. It's like he don't change his mask. Like, you got the same. You want people to. He's like a neighborhood spider snitch.
Neighborhood spider snitch is crazy.
Your friendly neighborhood spider snitch.
So what's the future for Flame, man? What you got working on? Any music?
Hell yeah, I dropped the tape on some rapping shit. I was doing a little singing thing for a little while, man.
What's the name of the tape?
Flame the City. Bro, I'm beginning that. I ain't gonna lie. That I wanted to be a part of that like peace shit, pushing this shit, but I'm finna do this shit the big cloud way, man. I'm finna just rap out, say how the fuck I feel. And if they don't like it, they don't like it.
I think you and J Hood should link up though, and I think that'd be a small little step in the right direction.
Yo, you trolling, bro. What?
You feel like, all right,
you couldn't sit down with him?
I could sit down with him, but it's like, who is that going to influence?
I mean, it's content.
My
right?
mama will like it. You
It's
feel me?
content.
His OG like it is. We could do it. I'll do it with him, but it's like,
Well, if
Did
you
your
try to
mom
backdoor you.
Did your mom see you beat him up in the YMCA?
yeah, she saw that. She be saying all that shit, bro. And she be just calling me like, just don't go to jail. Just be cool. You moved out of town to get away from that shit. I be like, Ma, you know how she know the attention I have with this nigga. Like, I'll do it on some fucking. Let's do it. You feel me? But
That'd be good content.
that'll be good. You know, we could talk about because folks, we gonna have to do that shit somewhere.
Do it in No Jumper.
Do that shit. We could do it here, bro.
do it here.
We
Let's
could do
do
that
it.
shit here.
For God.
We could do that shit here for the Lord, for the Holy Spirit, man. I put him first, so I talked to him on the phone and everything. We got messages, nigga. He sent me voice messages and everything, bro. Like I be so indecisive with my decisions with shit. Like I be like, I'm finna have a sit down with him. We gonna do this shit. Then I'm finna block his ass. I don't want.
Do you trust him? Like that's why you were saying that you have to find like a middle ground. What if it was like
It gotta be a middle ground because it could be tit for tat still. Like
yeah.
I just punched him in his shit, bro. If a nigga punched me in my shit, and I'm gonna want my leg back. You feel me? But we can have a sit down though. I ain't got no problem with sitting down. I could do that shit. I'm a grown man at the end of the day. We could sit down, shake hands and shit.
How you feel about Puffy's son saying he's GDK? We still don't really know if that's real, right? Because he denied it right after.
Didn't he say he like that? That was him though. I seen that shit and he said that shit
But
perfectly.
then he put out a statement saying, I am not a gang member and I have no problem with any gangs.
I seen Yella posted and shit. Yella be
loving
want to
it,
get on ass. Man, you ain't do that when you was with me, bro. Standing on this GD shit, but I feel like his ass was born in this shit. Like his ass was born. He was Puff Daddy's son.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even want that type of attention right now. Like
Trying to get a part of that New York drill.
yeah, he that. But I ain't gonna lie. That's all they say that out there in New York though. They ask GDK out there, so it's like he probably be with them little New York niggas now. And what the fuck is their name? Lil TJ and them. They all GDK as hell. So I would not expect that from him. And I don't even know why niggas getting mad about that shit. Like people be pressing the issue to the wrong shit. Like
There's just so
the
many.
world is GDK, bro.
Yeah, there's so many popular rappers that basically have said something along the lines of GDK that at a certain point it just becomes a trendy thing to say.
It's everybody niggas. You see GDs doing this in their videos now, dropping the G. Like they starting to make that shit look cool. Like you know how you could a motherfucker have a bad reputation, so everywhere they go is just a bad reputation. That GDK shit just like how they was stringing along one of the guys, how they was stringing along Tuka's name. Like Young M.A. was saying that shit. She apologized. She like, I thought that shit was. She said I thought that his name was Weed. You feel what I'm saying? Like. When they get in the right hands, that's why I said them the type of motherfuckers that need to be pushing the peace. The people that made that shit go viral to where the world is dissing, to where the world is saying they smoking them and them two niggas need to have the sit downs and push the peace. Then I'd be sitting at that table like, all right, they mean the business. I'll do the shit with J Hood. I ain't saying that to say I ain't gonna sit with J Hood, but that's what I want to see. I want to see Dirk right there. Rooga right there. I want to see Duck right there because Duck was ready to do that shit. I want to see them at a table and be like, all right, this is what we gonna do because they gonna listen to us. You feel me? His nigga, Dirk niggas gonna listen to whatever the fuck he say. The niggas that don't, the niggas that don't, paper gonna get short. Watch, they gonna start getting. If they sit down and do that shit, everybody will get more money. for sure. But in the meantime, between time, I ain't finna be trying to be peaceful with them niggas. And I go on some, walk up the shoebox and them on some, yeah, we at peace, motherfucker. That shit over with, bro. I gotta be on my peace.
You gotta make sure it's real.
You gotta make sure this shit is sitting in stone, cause niggas be saying this peace trees, niggas be getting jumped trying to be. I ain't with that shit.
I feel it.
I ain't with that shit.
All right, so what else you got coming out? What should we look out for?
I'm actually finna while I'm out here. I'm finna hit Billy up. Billy told me to get up with him and shit. When he said he's finna go bike riding in the mountains or some shit. Then I'm trying to shoot with him. Nah, the cameraman.
Right.
Me and Billy got some music. I don't know if we gonna drop that shit because I ain't gonna lie, the shit we was saying on that motherfucker. That shit
I was picturing Billionaire Black riding a mountain bike in the woods, and I was like, "Whoa, really?"
his leg, his legs in the wheelchair.
Right?
Yeah,
Well, J Mane fixed him, right?
Man, J Mane funny as hell. J Mane funny as hell for that. I fuck with him now, man. He that's why I say he really on a pushing peace tip, because I had conversation. Me and J Mane ain't even really saying eye to eye right now, off the strength of a motherfucker saying it's some this and he say she say shit that I let get to the best of me. You feel what I'm saying? Me and him got into it. Him and his brother, all of us, we got into it on internet. J Mane wasn't really feeding into that shit because I fuck with folks. We was cool type shit. You feel me? And I overwhoop. Bro, so, but I fuck with him. We was on the phone. I fuck with what he doing. We was on the phone with each other before he even started this shit. And he said he was finna do that shit. Like I'm trying to be on some peace, pushing peace shit. Like that's the only how I'm gonna get this shit off the ground. And he did that shit, bro. I salute him. I didn't agree with a lot of shit he did at first on YouTube and shit, but he prevailed and came out. All his songs got deleted, and he came back off that shit as an entertainer, not even off the music.
He fucked over Thunky Man.
He fucked over Thunky Man wasn't wrong, man. He needed that money, but cause I be fucking with folks too. I forgot his name was Digi.
Yeah.
I really be calling him Thunky Man now. He might as well keep on phone them. But I did some songs off Digi shit. Digi cool as hell, man. Nigga be high as hell in the studio just making shit. He'll throw that shit at me. All he want to do, like, if a motherfucker just show love off the strength with him, he'll be like, all right, cool. If your video get 1 million views, you get some little revenue off that shit, hit folks' hand. Yeah. He just like hit my hand. I ain't asking for. He really could be pressing the issue and asking for more than what he getting, but he just be like, just throw something at me. That's what he be telling me. But if your shit go up like you think it's gonna go up, when it do, just hit my hand. I'm like, that's cool. We could do that. But hell yeah, that's what I got dropping for. I record. Believe it or not, bro, I record 45 songs a day.
What?
45 songs a day?
45 songs a day.
Monday through Sunday?
From 8 in the morning. I could start from 8 in the morning to 8 at night. On my son, I'll be just getting done. I rank songs fast as fuck.
You don't run out of shit to say?
I don't run out of shit to say because I rap. I do the rapping shit and the singing shit. So I could be talking about this. Fuck them niggas. And I could be talking about how I'm finna fuck a bitch tonight. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got a lot of that shit dropping, bro. I'm just trying to keep it going, you feel me? Like everybody getting their little moments and their little strives, and I know that shit gonna come. I ain't rushing it, you feel me? I'm being patient with that shit, bro.
So everybody watching this right now, tell them to go stream something that you got out right now.
Go stream Flame the City, man. That shit out everywhere on all platforms. Niggas in jail can even listen to that shit on their tablets, bro.
That's the whole name of the EP, right?
The Flame the City.
What's your favorite song on
there? Dino Part 3. Man, the song, cause I created this shit called, you know, motherfucker used to say Dino as like, yo, bitch getting hit. Yo, bitch getting hit with the Dino. So I made a song called Dino and just kept it like how NLE Chopper got that Shotta Flow shit. So that's like my little last one. That's my best. I snapped on that whole song, bro. Like from top to bottom, it's hits though on my son. If you sit back and listen, that bitch raw as fuck. I got creative on it, but that Dino Part 3, that's my best one. I talk my shit on that bitch.
Hell yeah. Everybody.
Y'all go tap in.
Check that out. Shout out to my man Flames, a fire interview. Appreciate all the knowledge.
Adam, man.
All the game.
It's long overdue, my boy. It's long overdue.
Tell Wooski to slide on us. We got to set that up.
I got you. I'm gonna call him.
Tell him no backdoor energy over here.
Yeah, and we're gonna tell his girlfriend chill. All
right, and shout out to Remo for setting this up.
Shout out Remo, my boy.
Appreciate y'all. No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Patreon, Instagram. Like, comment, and subscribe. NoJumper.com if you want to support.
Let's go.